Hello and welcome to the Ramblings of a 42-Year-Old Man. Chris Smith here with you today. Today we're going to do a quick ramble about a 2019 film called Haunt. It's kind of a haunted house slash slasher movie. Actually more like haunted attraction more than haunted house, but it quickly goes into slasher movie territory. So this was released in 2019. It is written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who kind of came on the scene as the writers to John Krasinski's A Quiet Place that came out the year before. That kind of got them to where they could do their own directing gig, and they did this one. And so this involves a haunted attraction that this group of kids finds is kind of off the beaten path a little bit. It kind of is not necessarily meant to be an easy thing to find, but these kids were kind of driving, and one of the girls is kind of her ex-boyfriend is kind of a little bit stalkerish, and so they're worried that somebody's following them, and they kind of go this back route to try to lose the person who's following them. That's where they find this haunted house. So they decide, hey, we're going to go ahead and jump into this thing. It's around Halloween time. It's that time of the year, and they all kind of were looking for something like this to do anyway. So they jump in, and of course, haunted attraction stuff is very creepy. They all have to sign liability waivers before they go in. It's that kind of very hardcore haunted house or haunted attraction. So they go through, and very quickly the attraction goes way too far, and they start dying, and it turns into very much a slasher territory at that point. And by the end of it, we have our final girl and our final boy. I think there's a couple people that make it out. No spoilers on who those might be, but there follow your kind of slasher tropes of your final girl or boy. But I enjoyed this one quite a bit. It was very well directed. For these kind of horror movies that can be very hit or miss, this one was definitely on the hit side. Didn't get a huge theatrical release. It had I think a limited run back in September 2019 in theaters, but came out on Shudder and has been one of the most watched streaming movies on that streaming service. So it's getting its due now, as kind of like where it used to be like movies could make money on their DVD releases. Now it's more like they come get big on streaming, and that's what this one did. So not a lot of really familiar faces when it comes to acting. The main actress or the main girl that we're following is Katie Stevens, who is on a TV show called The Bold Type that haven't seen, but I recognize her from must have been 2010. So a season of American Idol, actually. She was one of the contestants on. I think she made it up to I looked it up. I think it was 9th place that year. So made it into the top 10 or 12, whatever it was American Idol was doing at that time, but ended up being 9th. But looks like she's gotten herself a good little acting career going. She's had a couple movies, and then that Bold Type TV show has been going for quite a few seasons. So she's making a place here, and she's good. You can tell the acting actually across the board in this, especially when you compare it to a lot of the straight to DVD or streaming service movies that we get in the horror genre. This has some pretty decent acting in it. I already said the writing and directing is good. You can tell, pretty professional team. A Quiet Place was a really good one that they wrote too. They are directing the movie with Adam Driver that's coming out in about a month or two called 65, where it looks like Adam Driver is some sort of an astronaut, and he finds himself somehow on prehistoric Earth, and he's fighting dinosaurs. That'll be fun. I'll be watching that one here in a little bit, I'm sure. But yeah, so that's Haunt. It came out about 3 years ago now, so I just caught it for the first time. I don't know how it slid under my radar, but enjoyed it quite a bit. Anybody who is interested in kind of the Scream type slasher movie, this is kind of that kind of vibe. It's not over the top going to gross you out or anything, and it's not going to be one of those terrifying movies that's too scary for most people. It's just your kind of fun slasher movie, and I enjoy movies like that, so gets a recommendation from me. So Haunt, again, is on Shudder. Actually, I believe it's also on Hulu right now, so if you have either one of those streaming services, you should be able to catch that. So thank you for listening today, and I'll be back later with another rambling. Have a good day.